Hello again, rabid internet fan base. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the states of New Mexico and Hawaii. This is our preview, our weekly preview of all the properties going live on the website for tomorrow, Friday, May 29th, 2020. Before I get to that, as you guys know, as I like to do, as is my habit, my custom, my tradition, I want to thank all the people who bought land from us these past 7 days. It's a long list, so here we go. Starting off in Taos County. We sold land to Amanda, Luis, Nick, and Laura, Kaylin, Serena, Anne-Marie, and Lori, who's been making payments on a property for the last few months, paid off that property this past week. So thank you to all of them. Additionally, in Socorro County, we sold land to Wayne. In Sandoval County, out by Rio Rancho, we sold land to Hector. In Sierra County, down by Elephant Butte, we sold land to George and Michaela. And returning customers this past week include Paris, who bought some land from us in Socorro County, Perry and Audrey, who bought not one, but 2 properties from us in Taos County, and Christine, who bought some land from us in Luna County. Again, thank you to all of them. It was a crazy busy week, but I very much appreciate it. Additionally, thank you and hello to all the new subscribers here on the channel. I can't see most of you, and we've reached a point now where we're getting about 100 new subscribers a week, shockingly, it seems. So it's going to be hard to list people to rattle off names as I have in the past, so nonetheless, thank you and welcome. With all that said, we have 2 new properties debuting this week. I had to break it up. I had to do one New Mexico and one Hawaii. I don't usually like to intermingle these, but that is the case this week. So first we are starting off in Sandoval County, where we are rapidly running out of inventory here in Rio Rancho. We have these 2 properties left, but this week we have added a new property. For the record, guys, I am working on a bulk acquisition out there. I have no idea when this will finally wrap up. Probably not till August would be my guess, but I'm working on getting a lot more inventory out there. In the meantime, this is a really good property. This is SNNM 4908. It is 2 acres, which, as you guys know, is incredibly difficult to find out there. A combination of 2 adjacent 1-acre lots, both in Unit 9, really on the cusp of development. And these 2 acres are priced super low at $3,700. For the record, I anticipate this one is probably going to sell in a day or a weekend or something. So if you're looking at this and you're tempted, I'd encourage you to act sooner rather than later if past experience is any indicator. With all that said, I'll have a video up on the listing page tonight talking about the property in detail. But when we bring it up on a map here, a couple things I want to show you. Number one, sits here off of Inez Road Southwest, but more importantly, it sits less than a mile south of Southern Boulevard. Southern, of course, is a major thoroughfare that goes through Rio Rancho. And if we pull back here, you can see, hey, this is Rio Rancho, and it's super developed up until about here. And then the subject property is not too far from where the bulk of the development is currently, ending, or just, essentially where development has currently stopped at, but where you can anticipate it will probably fill up all these lots in the coming years. Additionally, out here just past the Arroyo, you have more homes, you have more kind of areas getting more densely populated, homes, utilities, underground utilities, power lines, etc. And all of this sits just about 3/10 of a mile from the subject property. Now, for the record, guys, I mentioned the Arroyo. The Arroyo does not intrude on the land. The land does not intrude on the Arroyo. The 2 do not overlap. It may look like they do, they don't. So you've got the advantage here, and hey, let me go to the photo gallery. You've got the advantage here, number one, if you're buying a lot of land, you're going to have more land with 2 acres than most of your neighbors will have, number one. But number 2 is with that Arroyo behind you, it's basically going to lock off your backyard to the point where no one can get all that close to you. No one can build that close to you. So all that space is basically going to be extra room for the kids to play, or just sort of an extra, kind of boundary that's just going to block off all that space and allow you whatever views you're buying today to probably remain unobstructed for years to come. It should be noted that this property, you can kind of see it here, sits on a bit of a slope from west to east. So whatever views you do have today of the nearby Sandia Mountains, the Albuquerque Valley out here, it's going to remain like that for some time. The property provides good views, is my point. And as you saw, the roads are fairly well maintained out here, etc. So I'd encourage you guys to look through the photo gallery. There's really a lot of nice photos out here of the property, and you can get an excellent sense of exactly how enviable this is. For the record, these 2-acre lots I think are really good investment properties, not only because this one is sitting basically in the path of development, but because you can live on one, sell the other. You can, hold both for about, 5 or 10 years or something like that, sell them to a developer who's going to put 6 homes on those 2 lots, make a hell of a lot more money that way, etc. Or just live on one and let a family member live on the other, or whatever. Anyway, Next up, we have in Hawaii, down here at the bottom of the listing page, we have a new property in a new subdivision. This is in Ojai Estates. It is HIHI 8756. It is $18,000, and it's a combination of two adjacent lots that total a little more than half acre, a little less than 3/5 of an acre. That may seem like a lot of money to pay for a piece of property that size, but that being said, it's Hawaii, where on a price per acre basis, you're going to find this sort of thing, number one. Number two, I will tell you that at $18,000 for this property in this subdivision, it's a really good price. The few people who are selling double lots like this, front and back lots they're called, are selling them for in the low 30s. So really good price is the point. Anyway, I, of course, will have a video up here on the listing page talking more about this tonight. But as you can see, the property sits right here off of Leona Street. If we go to map view, you can kind of get a sense here of the plat. There's a front lot like this, and there's a back lot behind it. And the back lot, and this is the case with all of these lots in the subdivision, is kind of shaped like Oklahoma in that this panhandle comes out and touches the road. So even if you just want to live on this lot and sell this lot, you will have legal access out to the road. You have land that takes you out to the road, etc. This property sits just south of Highway 11, of the Mamaloa Highway here, so you'll have quick drive into nearby Mountain View, into Mountain View, into Curtistown, into Kiau, into Hilo. Or, guys, just hang out here in nearby Volcano. Volcano, of course, is an active... Volcano, by the way, is a village, not an actual volcano. Volcano Village, of course, is an active sort of eclectic arts community. There's a lot to do out here, a lot of stores, a lot of sort of, little places you can go shop or eat, things like that. And, of course, you are right by the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. Of course, a national tourist attraction. People flock here every year, and your place will be just right by it. Should be noted, because we're talking a lot about volcanoes, number one, this property sits in Lava Zone 3, which makes it a lot safer than other parts of the island. Also makes it easier to insure if you decide to build a home out there. Speaking of volcanoes, the area has the Volcano Community Association. It governs loosely, a term I don't really mean to use, but it oversees this subdivision as well as all the other subdivisions up here, as well as some over here, something like 13 subs, I think. It is not, I repeat, not a formal homeowners association. It's not a property owners association. They don't collect any dues. And you also have the benefit that the roads out here are county maintained. So you will not have road fees. You won't have HOA fees. You won't have covenants or restrictions to deal with. The property is zoned RS10. So aside from that zoning ordinance, that's pretty much the only thing that's going to be telling you what you can and cannot do. I should have you note, just as I go through these pictures here, some pictures of the community itself of Volcano Village. This Volcano Community Association, from all the research I've done, from all the reading I've done, seems like a very good sort of community organization. They're not there with their hand out every month. They're not looking to give you ticky-tack fines. As I said, they're not an HOA. One thing they do is collect dues, voluntary dues. Anybody who contributes to the organization gets sort of discounts from local businesses, local restaurants. And when I say local, I don't mean like 10 feet away from the subdivision. I mean they can be used as far away as Hilo, businesses that work with this community organization. So aside from that, if you read their website, if you go through their website, they actually offer recommendations for contractors to come out and doze the land to help kind of tear down all these trees, help you build property out here. Number one. Number two, they also give you tips for being forest friendly in your construction of the land, which is more than I have seen other community associations do in these regions. So it looks like a pretty nice organization to be associated with. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I will let you guys rummage through the photos on your own time. Of course, we have roughly about 15 photos of the land, then we have some drone shots here of the area. You can see this is a pretty built up little region. Some nice homes out here. Not a lot of riffraff. I don't see any riffraff in these photos. I see some nice homes, and enough of them together that it seems like a nice little community out there. So please explore that on your own time. And we also have some photos from the Volcanoes National Monument out here, which is right down the street, guys. Right down the street from this property. It should be noted, one more thing, no new properties this week, but on the New Mexico page, I have finally, yes, finally, created a video for this property, RANM-0001L, which will be up on the listing page tonight. It only took me a year and a half to do, and I promise you, literally, I'm not joking, it's been on my to-do list for probably about a year now. This is an indication of both how lazy I am as well as how busy I am. So Anyway, video finally up. I was going to have this up last week when we reduced the price down to $3,500, but internet in Vegas was sketchy last Wednesday, Thursday, and I couldn't get it done. So, anywho. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you find something that you're looking for here. If you have any questions, leave us some feedback here on YouTube, shoot us an email, or give us a call. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.